This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening and welcome to you as we get underway with an abbreviated edition. Just trying to catch up on a couple of things from the New York Islanders game, and of course some areas of concern like Connor McDavid not finding the score sheet yet, 4 games in with game number 5 tomorrow. So, hey, plenty of time yet for him to score 60, but he's going to have to start scoring in bunches after not quite doing that yet this season. If you are new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button here on Dolynny TV. Love to have you aboard. Like I said, abbreviated edition. I'm going through this rather quickly. Connor McDavid, the big concern there is not that he hasn't scored a goal yet. Yes, I understand why you'd be concerned. He's still leading the team in goal scoring right now, in point scoring. Sorry, pardon me. Cat's throwing me off. You understand? Cat, quit. Enough. But yeah, that's where we sit, right? Like, it's Nugent Hopkins, Draisaitl, and McDavid leading the way with point per game efforts or better. McDavid, despite not having a goal, leads the team in points. You get my point. Let's move on. Draisaitl leads the team with 3 goals. The Oilers have only scored a grand total of 10 goals so far this year, so there's not a whole lot of goal scoring going on. And when a whole lot of goal scoring's not going on, you need to prevent goals, and prevent goals Bouchard did not last night with a couple of bad blunder key. Everybody else described it. I don't need to describe it for you. Giveaways that broke down the Oilers defense in an instant. Breakaway on Stuart Skinner, who is now rocking a .921 save percentage again. I don't care about the fancy stats when it comes to Skinner, because I will tell you the Oilers will be infinitely better if Skinner averages a .910 or better. So far through 4 games, the Oilers are infinitely better this season than normal. They are not in the dumpster dwelling of the Pacific, let alone the NHL. Instead, they're in 3rd after 4 games. Life's fine. We're not jumping off of the bandwagon quite yet. But that said, Bouchard, an area of concern. He's starting slow again. The top guys, despite playing, 24, 20, 23 minutes a night, are kind of starting slow themselves. So that is, yes, as well, an area of concern. I think just given the amount of ice time they've seen and some of the cycle chances we've had, yeah, you'd figure they'd have more points, but they're just not putting the puck in the net and overpassing a little bit. And we've seen too many prime examples of that in 4 games to name at this point, and it's only 4 games in. Not sounding the panic alarm, but just recapping what I saw last night against the Islanders, which was a lot of self-inflicted wounds from an Edmonton Oilers standpoint. So other than that, I guess to say depth scoring, maybe a little bit of a concern for the Oilers, right? The 2 young guys like Howard, Matt Savoy, they're without a goal so far or a point on the season. That said, how could they ever really get a point or a goal? I know Matt Savoy's played some bigger minutes with some bigger guys, but both of them averaging less than 13 minutes. And the true storyline through 4 games is how Chris Knoblauch, just like every other Oilers head coach behind him, is doing the same thing with Connor Leon and the big boys, playing the heck out of them and not really allowing the other guys time to shine. Again, this is that year over year the roster's gotten better and better, and somehow we still don't allow the bottom 6 guys enough time to get some oxygen, get some points, because Connor and Leon and everybody else sucks it all up. So frustrating as it might be, yes, you could say there was a bunch of power plays in the game last night. At some point, we got to start developing a second power play unit, and it still just doesn't seem like it's happening this year. So those are my thoughts. That's where we stand. We go into the weekend with a potential 2 games on the ledger to win, and we'll see if the Oilers will be capable of doing that. New Jersey, Detroit, and then away we go with what could be a pretty special road trip if you win those 2. So stay in tune. Friends, thank you so much for being aboard. I am up on out of here.